Another shutout. Congrats.
Thank you.
The game seemed like it was hard for the Sounders, but you had a lot of good plays, but it didn't seem like you had like very hard plays except for that one on the second half. How did it feel from the inside?
Yeah, I thought we scored a really nice goal, and then it comes. The game's a little open, goes back and forth. We had chances to get the second, and obviously there's multiple ways to close out a game. Schmetz mentioned it to us after the game as well. You can find a second, or you can try to maintain a bit more possession, but it was pretty open. But thankfully they weren't able to equalize. So it's been a long time since we've won against them back here. So that feels good, and it's also been actually a long time since we've had a shutout, so that's good as well.
How important was this game from from multiple perspectives? You get the shutout, you get this win over the Timbers, but you also
They were behind us too, yeah.
Right, and you create some space in the stands as well.
Yeah, no, it comes at a really good time for us because I was saying out there in the media that I was doing on the field that it's been a long year. We started with Champions League in February. So physically it's been a long year, but I think mentally it's been a really, really long year too, with ups and downs, and nice that we're able to reward our hard work with a trophy, but those ups and downs are taxing, as we know with what happened when we won Champions League a few years ago. So a bit of a lull now, and this comes at a really good time. There's still a few games left. And also, obviously, again, the added importance of it being against a team that's right below you, your rival, and historically speaking, they've been doing well against us up here. So those are all lots of positives to take from this game. And also, I think today the game was quite intense. In the past, they might be a team that sits back a little more. I thought they were quite aggressive today, and so it made for sort of playoff vibes, if you ask me. You see it all the way to the very end where Renew has to go and read that ball really well and clear it really well, but that's what's going to take utmost concentration all the way to 97th minute, and that's what it's going to take in the playoffs too. So bodes well for that.
I'm sure there's, Albert, I'm sure would rather not have been sent off, but the play itself, he makes a hustle play to get back and he's trying to break up a counterattack. Is that sort of one of those things where you just sort of accept as part of you'd rather him make the effort to make the play?
I think he's trying to make a tactical foul there and stop the counter. We actually spoke about that, because that was one of the big lessons that we learned in the Club World Cup. By what we saw from our opponents was how good they were at stopping counters, and we tried to utilize that after we got out of Club World Cup, and it worked really well, and it helped with our intensity and sort of diminishing the intensity of the opponent as well, if you will. So I think we spoke about that before the game, so I think that's one of those plays where you're just trying to, you probably remembered that, tries to make a tactical foul, which is going to be a yellow card, and maybe mistimes it a little bit, and I haven't seen it yet, but obviously referee looks at it and deems it a red card, but yeah.
More broadly speaking, one of the things that you mentioned this, that one of the things after the Club World Cup you guys really made a staple of the team was your tracking back, the pressing all over the field, tracking back, and it seemed like for the last few games that maybe had not been quite as big of a part, and today it seemed like that was sort of back, like you guys were flying over the field
I think we've always been a high pressing team, and I don't think that's been missing in the last few games. It's just been maybe a bit smarter, right? If you're high pressing but it's a flyby, it opens up the whole game for the opponent. So it needs to be a high press, but a smart high press where you cannot take yourself out of the play, because after that it's a chain reaction if you're facing a good opponent. So again, those are the things where maybe we're a little smarter, and if the man is able to get the ball past you, maybe you can make sure that not both the man and the ball get past you, and the referee has to reset the play, and we can make sure we don't get disjointed or there's holes, right? That's, again, looking back at Club World Cup, obviously we played some of the best teams in the world, but that's what they did exceptionally well. when we were able to have an individual moment of brilliance where we beat our man, they snuffed it out in a heartbeat. And so all that positivity goes away. And so if we can maybe look back at that, find that again, I think that's what Albert tried to do today. But then that helps, because it's deflating for the opponent as well, I think, right? Because we felt that when we played those teams, when we're like, oh sweet, now we got through, let's go and punish them, and then all of a sudden everything gets destroyed for you, right? And so I know how it feels on the other side, so maybe remember that a little bit more.
Take us through that diving save you had in the first half. What did you see on that play? And it was kind of a big moment.
We somehow stumble over our own feet a little bit, and seems to be it just kind of ended on a silver platter for them. And just try to stay balanced, have your hands a little bit wide so that you can maybe react to either side. And he makes good contact, but I was able to be balanced and react, and also be able to utilize my low hand, which allowed me to, I think, push the ball up and out of danger. So very fortunate that that's where it ended up, and that I found myself in a position to react and keep the ball out of back net.